Hello everyone, my name is Özlem Tosun. I'm Green Hydrogen Manager and the head of the team at Iberdrola Deutschland. Last year I was here as a visitor at the H2 Forum, and I'm happy today to be on the stage and give you a little bit of information about who we are and what we are doing and our hands-on experience with our projects when it comes to green hydrogen. So thank you also to H2 Forum team for inviting me. I will start with a brief information about our company and then move towards our real projects. And at the end, I think you will have a couple of minutes time to ask questions, and I'm happy to reply them. So, Iberdrola Deutschland, not Iberdrola Deutschland, but we are part of the Iberdrola group. Iberdrola is the 100% private integrated utility in Europe with almost 70 billion euros of net capitalization, market capitalization. As of today, we own 62 gigawatt of total capacity, and with that, we are producing 163 terawatt hours per year. Our financial results last year show that we generated 54 billion euros of revenues and 13 billion euros of profit, which were respectively 38% and 10% more than previous year. We are more than 40,000 employees worldwide in more than 30 countries, so you can see that we are already covering a really broad range when it comes to renewable energy production. We are the first investors in Europe when it comes to renewable energy. I think it was a little more than 20 years ago we decided, we anticipated to move to renewable energy sources. And 42 gigawatt of our net capacity are coming from renewable energies, solar, wind, and hydro. And we have also additional 8 gigawatt of installation right now under construction. So all this makes 80% of our installed capacity in Europe emission-free, and we aim to become carbon neutral by 2030. Maybe some of you already know about Iberdrola in different names in different countries. For example, we are Avangrid in the USA, we are Iberdrola Mexico or Neoenergia in Brazil, or Scottish Power in the UK. Here, I would like to show you our portfolio of renewable energy capacities, and I think this map will give you also a little bit of idea why we are also interested moving to green hydrogen on those countries where we have the assets. So, in the last 12 months, we already invested in 3 gigawatt of new renewable energy capacities. Our onshore PV systems, we almost doubled up our capacity and reached to 5.5 gigawatt. And our offshore wind reached to 1.6 gigawatt, and most importantly, also our onshore wind installed capacity reached to more than 20 gigawatt. So I think this gives you also an idea why we anticipated green hydrogen and move towards and using our own diversified portfolio where we can produce also many hours when it comes to green hydrogen. I'm sure many of you in this room know already how important those hours to produce green hydrogen. At Iberdrola Deutschland, we are more than a decade active in Germany. We have started with a really small offshore team, and currently we are almost 200 employees, and we are growing day by day. I think many of you might heard about us when it comes to Baltic Sea Wind Offshore Park Vikinga, which is already under operation for many years, and we are right now constructing our 2 offshore parks, Wind Anchor and Baltic Eagle. In Germany, we are active in 3 areas, offshore developments, onshore, and sales. With our teams, we want to offer our customers green PPAs, commodity portfolio management, comprehensive solutions for industrial customers like smart solar systems, but also green hydrogen. Because for a company like Iberdrola, owning and investing in renewable energy capacities, I think it is very neutral that we go to other energy sources that our customers need. So green hydrogen is one of them, definitely. And this also one thing I would like to note, that we work very closely with our partners and customers. We have to understand their needs, where they need electricity, and where they need another energy source like hydrogen, so we can help them on their decarbonization path. So thank you for bearing up with me so far. Now we are coming to our green hydrogen developments and our projects. So green hydrogen department at Iberdrola, not only in Germany but globally, very new department. A couple of years ago, we anticipated that not only electricity is going to decarbonize, but we need other energy sources, other elements like hydrogen, and we already built our 2 real projects in 2022. We are developing projects in 8 countries. For example, Spain and Portugal as a Spanish utility company. These are where we are active or strongest most. But we are also active when it comes to hydrogen in the UK, Brazil, USA, Australia, and Germany. I think very important for me to highlight this is Germany is for Iberdrola globally a very core market, not only in terms of renewable energy assets and investments, but also green hydrogen. We are dedicated, we are firmly committed in green hydrogen value chain. We have 2.4 gigawatt pipeline projects on the pipeline where we want to realize by 2025 and beyond. And we are not only looking in green hydrogen, but also in green ammonia, green methanol, and also steel industries to see where we can produce and which product we should deliver to our customers. This will of course help us to reduce risks, but increase value for our customer, for our company by diversifying these customers. Now I will need a sip of water. So our first project was 2.5 megawatt electrolyzer in Barcelona for our customer TMB. We are refilling hydrogen refilling station. With this project, we are currently refilling 8 buses, but our customer TMB already ordered 38 more buses, which are coming in operation this year, in fact. So this shows obviously how happy and satisfied our customer with this project were, and so we are. So we move towards more developments. We are not only delivering to TMB, in fact, it is in the port region of Barcelona. We are also delivering CAF, the train manufacturer, for their hydrogen trains. Also 2 more customers, and we are also searching and investigating in that area different off-takers, and we see a lot of potential. And also our customer TMB, they are already planning to go up to 60 buses by 2025. And with this project, we can refill up to 60 buses, but when the demand increases, we will double up the capacity to 5 megawatt. And we have our Puertollano project, our flagship project, 20 megawatt electrolyzer in Puertollano, which we built for our customer Fertiberia. And this is very important because it is Europe's largest electrolyzer plant so far, although it is only 20 megawatt. And we will keep saying this as long as we can, and I hope it will change also soon. But this was a pilot project to see for our customer Fertiberia, but also for Iberdrola, if we want to move forward with such projects. And at the end, the answer was yes. So this project is 20 megawatt installed capacity is on the premises of Fertiberia in Puertollano. It's a very industrial area. And we are producing on-site and delivering directly to Fertiberia. We can deliver up to 3,000 tons of green hydrogen per year in full capacity. Which would actually be almost 10% of what Fertiberia actually needs when it comes to hydrogen. And currently, they're using other percents, let's say, the higher amount of hydrogen from gas reformation, gray hydrogen. So they want to decarbonize their hydrogen needs, and we are happy to be partner to them. And this project is part of an IPCEI project, already operating, but still on the testing phase, because we are learning a lot with this project also. And we want to improve before we deploy. And here I would like to give a little bit of illustration of the plant itself. we built 100 megawatt PV plant for this project, which we are using 1/3 of it for the electrolyzers, and then the rest we are selling it to the grid or to our long-term customers. We also have 5 megawatt of battery. It's a very small battery, but we wanted to also experience and learn from it. But even with that small battery, we can produce up to 2 hours when there is no sunshine, let's say. And then we use also to refill our tanks, which we have the vertical ones, the hydrogen storage tanks. We can store up to 7,000 of hydrogen, so that we can deliver to our customer in a flat profile, which is very, very important when it comes to industrial customers. Our electrolyzer, they produce actually 360 kilogram hydrogen per hour, which is so much more than what Fertiberia needs for that hour, but we use the rest of the hydrogen to refill the tanks, and when the tanks are full, we can actually deliver to our customers autonomously 2 days, I think, at least 2 days, I can say. So you can see it's written green hydrogen production almost like around 1,000 tons per year. It is because we are using so far we are using the PV plant to produce hydrogen, but we are connected to the grid as well, so we can actually get more electricity from the grid. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. Now I would like to give a little bit of technical information for those who are interested. As I said, we have a PV plant, which is a couple of kilometers far away from Puertollano, and the electrical cables come directly under the storage tanks to the electrical building where the electrolyzers are. And the electricity first goes to rectifiers. We moderate and regulate there, and then deliver to the electrolyzers. We have 8 rectifiers, and each rectifier serves to 2 electrolyzer cells. Here we chose PEM electrolyzer because of its intermediate flexibility with intermediate energy, but also we can actually change the amount we are producing, the cells we are using within seconds. So this gives us a lot of flexibility also, again, to operate this plant. We have a water storage system or water management system. We use water at 40 degrees to our electrolyzers, and then the water comes at 60 degrees, and we use the air coolers to reduce the temperature of that water, and again circulate it and use it with, of course, additional water, but at least we are circulating the water as long as we can. I think my highlight or my key message in this, with this project is such a project is mostly, or I would say 95%, it's all about energy and energy management. Iberdrola is a very strong engineering and energy management company. So this makes us a perfect match for our partners and for our customers, because it's not like a furniture where you can just buy, mix and match. You really need to understand the principles, how a plant is working. So for Iberdrola, it was and it still is very important that our own engineers knew how the plant works, how we can improve it. So with this project, we are still learning, but we learned a lot. We improved a lot. Obviously, it was not working from day one perfectly. We had a lot of problems. We solved so many problems, and we improved the efficiency of those plants. So we are ready to deploy. We are ready to scale up our project, not only in Spain, but also worldwide. I think I would like to just show a couple of real pictures. This is the solar plant that I mentioned. And these are the pictures which I was not allowed to make pictures of the electrolyzer itself, but you can see on the left side behind the fences there are the stacks, and then you see a lot of cables and pipelines. These are where the water, but also other gases circulating. You can see our storage system, and on the right-hand side you see a view from the rectifiers itself. So Iberdrola as a company which is active in many parts of the world, not only with green hydrogen, but also green ammonia and methanol. We look at those products and we actually see electricity and renewable energy. So for us, green hydrogen and derivatives, where we are active, is not only another commodity, but also a way to improve our renewable energy installments. We are also in touch with many different partners and off-takers in many places around the world, also with infrastructures, with ports, and we are actually ready to offer our industrial customers any kind of solutions to help them on their decarbonization path. So thank you so much, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Özlem, for this very interesting presentation and also the insights with pictures. There are a couple of questions already here, but maybe I'd like to start with one question. As you also presented that the Puertollano plant is a pilot project, still the largest. You hope to learn from it. You made a small point on that, but maybe again, what are then the key learnings for you and maybe then also for others to learn from that pilot plant for such a ecosystem basically that you've presented, how to manage it?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned shortly, the key point was how to manage the electricity and how to optimize the efficiency of those plants. Because we are connected to the grid, we are connected to the PV plant, but you have to, and we have storage system, and you have to understand the working principle of that to optimize not only engineering side, but also commercial side, like how we can profit also for our customers. So this was one learning. And of course, working with electrolyzers, they are, especially in PEM electrolyzer, I'm coming from a PEM background actually, and when I wanted to work in such a project, they told me, it is not yet ready, you should go to academia and not to industry. But now I'm happy because I see the improvement of that technology, not only PEM, but also alkaline and other electrolyzers. So I think this was a challenging point to understand how it works, but I can tell over this 1.5 year we made amazing improvements where we can operate and actually deliver hydrogen to our customers.
See, more concrete question exactly on these points. What is your experience from using electrolyzers only when the sun is shining? There are some concerns about intermittent usage of electrolyzers, that it should lower their lifetime. What is your experience here?
It is correct. In the long term, it lowers the lifetime. I can tell that for this project, we started, because we are in the testing phase, as it is an IPCEI project, we started with using the PV, but we are, of course, aiming to use the grid connection as well when it is time. So I don't exactly know day-to-day experiences from my colleagues, but I can tell that so far we didn't have any bad experience where we say, okay, this doesn't work and we want to connect to the grid. I talked to my colleague actually last Friday, it was still only connected to currently on the PV base. So I think, yeah, when it comes to lifetime, I think we have to see after 5 years. I mean, the project is only working for almost 2 years now, and supposedly the electrolyzer will work another couple of years, so I think then we can tell better how the lifetime.
We will ask then again.
Yeah.
What source of water is used for the fertilizer, so for your plant there?
We are receiving the water from the Fertiberia itself, so it is basically just groundwater, but of course we filter it. We are using 10 liters of water per kilogram hydrogen. I think this is important, for me it is important to mention, but for gray hydrogen it is double amount of that water. So we also don't want to waste any water and we circulate it and then we add. So the water is from Fertiberia's facility, a groundwater, and we filter it before we use it, obviously.
Okay, so now not only on this plant, but on your larger view, how many of your projects have already passed FID?
I actually cannot answer this question right now, but yeah, the answer is I can't answer this question now. Sorry.
Okay, we have 3 more seconds.
Yes.
I jumped to the last one because you talked about the PEM electrolyzer technology. Do you also plan for AM?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes to the question.
Okay.
Yes, we are also thinking about alkaline technology for larger projects, because I mentioned in Palos we want to build a 200 megawatt, and that could be that we are using another technology there. We have to see. But
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Özlem.